So, is this your final decision? You sighed and nodded. And now, please stop bothering me for marriage, Dad. He shrugged his shoulders slightly and sipped his tea. I respect your decision, but why do I feel no excitement in this marriage? You looked at him confused. It's simple marriage, Dad. What do you want me to do? Dance? Well, not a bad idea though. Ha ha ha. He stopped laughing when you glared at him. But Princess, you never told me that you were dating your secretary. I mean, he recently joined, right? And you find love useless. But then how did you suddenly came up with this decision? You sighed and looked at him. I just fell in love with him. And you want me to get married, right? So now what's the issue? I know I want that because you have turned 25 now, but the guy I chose for you was a billionaire and owner of the biggest business in America as well. You should once see him. You got up and grabbed your purse and car keys. It's okay, Dad. I have no interest in other men's money and fame, and I'm happy with what I have. You left from there while Mr. Lee took a long breath and leaned back. I'm also happy to see you finally getting married to the man I always wanted you to. He's really great. This is your schedule for today. I tried to shortlist few events, but you marked everything important. You gave him a glare. Is there any problem with that? Not at all, but I think you need to do few things regarding the marriage. So he paused while you brought your lips together and tilted your head before looking at him. Do you still think it's going to be a real marriage? I'm not saying that, but still, we need to prepare a lot of things, even for the showcase. I mean, only we know that it's fake, right? Then what are you for if I do all the arrangements? He nodded. That's right, but your aunt wants us to be present for wedding dress and suit selection, and according to your dad, you can't make any excuse to avoid that. What? Did dad said that? If you don't believe, I can show you the message, he said, taking out his phone while he sighed. Don't know what more I have to do to escape from that marriage. He smiled, looking down. I know you are busy, and that's why I already selected some best gowns out of all the collections. Now choose which one you like the most. Thanks, Simo. I really appreciate that. You looked at the gowns, but you seriously have no interest. Jungkook, why don't you help your soon to be wife to pick her wedding gown? He smiled and nodded. You shook your head and started to look. How about this one? You all walk where he called you, and that gown really caught your eyes. It was perfectly fit your taste. This one will look amazing. Oh my, this one was in my top list. Ryan, do you like it? You looked at Jungkook and then other side. Not bad. You walked to the other side while Jungkook chuckled. Your aunt came near him. She just tried to look cool, but we all know how fragile she is. I'm happy that finally she found a man to get married. You sat inside the car and threw your head back before exhaling heavily. It was such a tiring day. I'm so tired. Jungkook looked at you. Where do you wanna go? Home? He asked, but you didn't reply for some time. But later you took out a paper from your purse and extended towards him. What is that? Look by yourself. He took the paper in his hands and looked in it. Agreement papers? In case you forget in these 6 months that we are not going to be couple for real. You don't have to do all this. I would remember. You looked at him. I will give you divorce right after 6 months. After that, there won't be any relation between us, and also, you still need to keep your mouth shut about this fake marriage thing. He folded the paper and smiled. And what if you fall in love with me? By the end of this contract, will you still call off this marriage? Stop talking like fools. That would never going to happen. He nodded and started the engine. Let's see. You closed your eyes and leaned back more to give some rest to your body. Since morning you were working and attending meetings, and then this marriage shopping completely exhausts you. Jungkook stopped the car in front of your house. We are here. He looked at you and a smile appeared on his face when he looked you sleeping while your mouth was slightly open. I don't understand why you try so hard to pretend cold. You look like a baby. He came out of the car and walked to the other side before opening the door. He then carefully picked you up and shut the door with his foot. I will definitely melt your heart. I don't think it's hard, is it? He talked to your sleeping figure and walked inside the mansion. Yes, I do. You said looking at Jungkook. Now the groom may kiss the bride. Jungkook stepped forward and your heart also skipped a beat. From the morning you were feeling nervous even though there was nothing to be nervous about, as it's just a fake marriage and you both know that. He cupped your cheek gently and placed a soft kiss on your lips. You wanted to stop this feeling but seems like it wasn't in your control. All the guests cheered for both of you and sent their blessings. It wasn't a grand marriage and you only invited close friends and relatives. After the marriage, you came in Jungkook's house to live with him. You came out from the bathroom after getting a shower and saw Jungkook still in the room doing his work. Aren't you going to sleep? He looked at you. Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing some work so I forgot to see the time. He turned off his laptop and stretched his arm before walking to the bed. You looked him confused. He was about to sit on the bed but you stopped him. Wait. What are you doing? He gave you a confused look. Didn't you just told me to sleep? Yes, I did, but why are you sleeping here? Because this is my bed. You walk near him. We can't sleep in the same room. Go and sleep in another room. There's only one bedroom in this apartment, so we need to adjust, or you can sleep on the couch in hall. What? Are you telling me to sleep on the couch? Are you serious? I'm sorry, but I can't sleep without my bed. You exhaled heavily, trying to control your anger. I pay you huge sum. Can't you buy a big apartment than this? You bit your lip and looked around. This is perfect size for me. I didn't know you would ask me to marry you. God, I don't think I would be able to live here for long. I'll buy a new house soon, don't worry. He laid on the bed and looked at you. You can sleep on the other side. Don't worry, you are safe here. You stood there thinking for some time, but then after seeing no choice, you decided to accept his deal. You laid on the other side, turning your back towards him. He chuckled silently and turned off the light. Don't turn off the lights. He quickly turned it on. Is that okay? You didn't say anything. Good night. He slowly pulled his blanket over him. Next morning you woke up only to see yourself sleeping while hugging Jungkook. He was sleeping facing other side while your leg was wrapped around his legs and hand around his waist. You gulped and quickly backed away. What the hell I was doing? You quickly got up from the bed while still figuring out since when you were sleeping like this. Or what if he noticed too? You felt so embarrassed for your act. Soon Jungkook also wake up and he rubbed his eyes before looking at you. What happened to you? Why are you standing like this, like a statue? Didn't you sleep well? He spoke in his morning voice, and this new feeling was making you crazy. You quickly went inside the bathroom while he chuckled. What happened to her in the morning? He got up and went outside the room to prepare breakfast. Jungkook was preparing breakfast when he saw you coming out of the room all dressed. You grabbed the car keys and walked towards the door. Where are you going? You turned towards him. Seems like you have forgotten every single thing. He walked to you while wiping his hand with apron. There is still a lot of time to go, and also I have made breakfast, plus I'm not even ready yet. Then eat your breakfast and come to the office when you get ready. But I have prepared food for both of us. Forget it, I'm not hungry. He opened the door and left while he sighed. You came to the office and got surprised to see your employees' behavior. They all were smiling and gave you bouquet while wishing for happy marriage life. You were so confused because it was a private wedding and they are not supposed to know. See your name. You didn't invite us in your wedding, but can we get a small treat? I mean, we deserve that. You both look so good together. I can't believe this happened in real. I used to ship both of you together. Thank you for your wishes. I'll definitely throw a party, but later someday. I hope you all do your work with dedication. And you walked away from there. This really pissed you because you thought Jungkook had spread this news for sure. You opened the door while cursing him under your breath, but got a surprise to see someone already in your office. Dad? He turned around and smiled. Good morning, princess. What are you doing here? You said coming inside. He smiled. Just felt I'm meeting my daughter. Where is Jungkook? He didn't come with you? He said, frowning. He's coming. At least now you two should come together. You guys are married. You forced a smile. It might be a little hard to adjust in a new life, right? No, it's fine. He nodded. After all, this was your decision. Jungkook knocked and came inside. Mr. Lee's face brightened up while Jungkook smiled and bowed. How are you, sir? Come on, Jungkook. You're my son-in-law now. I would be happy if you call me dad. He smiled and nodded. Yes, dad. But how does everyone know about this marriage? Everyone is congratulating. You looked him confused. Wait, you didn't tell them? He looked at you. Why would I? Don't panic, both of you. I'm the one who told. You looked him stunned. Dad? What? Your employees should also know. You guys should celebrate it with them too. You sighed. Jungkook smiled. Well, you're right, Dad. Okay, I'll leave now, but before that, I came here to tell you that I have booked your flight to Paris, so you guys should prepare your things. You looked him surprised. Dad, what the hell are you doing? It's a gift from my side. Enjoy your time. He smiled and walked away. You massaged your forehead. Jungkook came near you. It would be better if you tell him everything. You glared at him. I know you are enjoying all this pretty well. He chuckled and shrugged his shoulder. I'm getting free trips in the name of honeymoon. What's the problem in enjoying? What can I even expect from you? You were waiting for your check in. You already have your reservation, sir. It's in the top floor room in 503. Okay, thank you. Wait, Jungkook looked at you. You turned towards the receptionist. Is there only one room? She looked at you confused. Yes, ma'am. We get ordered to book one room. You guys are off for honeymoon, right? You exhaled annoyingly. Shall we go? You looked at him. This room is pretty good and spacious. You walked inside while he closed the door behind him. You can stay here. I'm going to book another room for myself. He looked at you. You heard from the receptionist that all the rooms are booked. You turned towards him. Why do I feel like you're enjoying all this? Did you forget we are not married for real? He walked towards the bed and laid down comfortably. That happened for real though, but the thing is, we know that we'll get separate after 6 months. You came near him. You know that, right? Then why you behave like we are couples for real? This is my last warning to you, Jungkook. Stay in your limits or else I don't care and will tell everything to Dad. The end. You left from the room angrily. He sighed. There's no way I'm gonna spend a whole week here. I'll go crazy. You climbed down the stairs and walked towards the restaurant as you were so hungry. I'm so hungry. Thank you so much. The waiter smiled and left. You looked at the food. I can't wait anymore. You started to eat and instantly felt the pleasure. This is so yummy. At least something good happened. Suddenly you remember Jungkook. Should I call him too? He didn't even had anything during flight. You started to fight with your thoughts whether to call him or not. Why am I even worrying about him? You sighed and finally called him. He picked in wondering. It's been only 10 minutes you left the room. Did something happen again? You instantly regretted calling him. If you're hungry, then come downstairs or else stay there. You got the call. It's a waste to pity on him. You sighed, and even though you denied to yourself that you don't care, your eyes were still searching for him to show up. A handsome dude came to you when saw you alone. Can I take the empty seat if you don't mind? Oh, I'm so sorry, but my husband is coming. You paused after realizing what just slipped out of your mouth. Oh, it's fine. I'm sorry to disturb. You forced a smile while he left. Did I made you wait? He came from back and sat in the couch opposite to you. You didn't reply. He looked at you. You pretty much ate everything. You have pretty big mouth. Call the waiter and give your order. He shook his head and pressed the bell. Soon a waiter came, but when he saw Jungkook, he left speechless and surprised. Are you the next president of John Groups? You looked him confused and then at Jungkook. You turn your face towards the waiter. What did you say? He's the CEO of John Groups, next president of one of the biggest business enterprise. You looked at Jungkook shout, Sir, can I get your autograph? Jungkook smiled a little and gave him this his autograph. When he left, he turned his face towards. Stop looking me like this. What's going on here? Why didn't you told me all this? Why did you play this game? What game? I did nothing. You caught up. Stop it, Jungkook. That's enough. Why didn't you told me you're the CEO of John Groups? And why did you become the personal secretary? Dad and you both planned all this, right? It's not what you're thinking, why? Just get lost from here. You got up and walked away from there angrily while Jungkook followed. Why listen to me?